Ah,
Did you spill?
he jumped out on me.
Oh,
I
I think we should just be waiting for like one of these days. We're gonna have like an accident where when we're starting the show and we're having you pop it open. Anyway,
I popped it open and it jumped at me.
if you don't know what that sound means, it means it's another week of the Rookie and Veteran podcast.
Hey guys,
I am your veteran, Dick Lightning Clap.
I'm Dick Thunderbolt. Welcome back to the podcast.
And we're here to recap Week 3 of the 2022 NFL season, and then, of course, our draft picks for Week 4.
Yeah, and a little spicy something in the middle.
A little spicy. I think we might have a couple spices lined up.
A couple spices, yeah, a little bit of spiciness. All right, week 3, but anyway, what stood out to you?
Week 3, Tua stood out to me. I mean, he's been standing out for the last couple weeks, but now, I mean, taking down Josh Allen and the Bills.
That was stupid. I hated that.
And then also Devontae Adams winless with the Raiders. That has stood out to me as well.
Let's go. Devontae Adams.
It's not so easy when you don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback thrown to you, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, I guess, yeah, force your way out to a bad team.
Who's
Go
the
for
quarterback
it.
for them?
Derek Carr.
Didn't he
He's-
say
he's a
Derek
good
Carr was
quarterback.
better than Rodgers?
No, he just said, not everybody gets to go from one Hall of Fame quarterback to another. So,
It is.
good for you, Devontae. I'm glad you're happy, I guess.
Yeah, and they kept throwing the ball to what's his name, Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, there was another guy who went off this week, and they're almost win, but not quite, against the Titans.
Bummer.
In Week 3, kind of recapping our picks, for Game of the Week, I had Packers versus Bucks, and I mean, if you love some defense, then solid Game of the Week there. But it wasn't the fireworks that maybe some people wanted from Brady versus Rodgers. You went Bills versus Dolphins for Game of the Week, which I would say was kind of underwhelming, but a better game.
I loved
So
the whole game until the end. It was so nerve-wracking because
until the end when the Bills receiver didn't get out of bounds.
oh my gosh, dude, it was fourth down and they had a penalty called, so they got to redo fourth down or something, right? And then Allen was just, I don't know what went through his
The
head.
worst throw.
The worst throw I've ever seen.
Spiking it into the
And it was
dirt.
crazy. It was crazy because at the same time, we have a special guest, guys.
Holy crap.
Oh my goodness. Say hi to our come on the camera. Say hi, guys. Say.
Hi.
We got a special guest on the show.
Anyway, we were all at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Wings
and
Beer Sports.
Wings Beer Sports. Sports galore. There was a lot of sports going on.
I'm pretty sure we had all but like one game within our view.
I think
of
the
our seats.
Bengals game was pretty far away, but we could
Yeah,
still
kind of had
see
to
it.
almost look like around the corner, but it was Bengals Jets, so we weren't missing out on a ton.
The Bengals did win that one, though.
They did. They had a good game. It was about time they won.
They're coming back, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh Allen threw it to the dirt
Yeah, on fourth down.
on the fourth down.
And then like 30 seconds later, Mahomes said, I'll do the same thing.
I got you. And he's like just right to the dirt again. But yeah, that happened, and then the Dolphins got it at like the 2-yard line and couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like not even nothing.
Yeah.
And then they tried to punt it, and it just went straight into some dude's butt, and then
Mhm.
was a safety.
That's where footballs come from.
Yeah, some dude's butt.
Uh-huh.
And it was a safety, and then it was a 2-point game. They couldn't even get into field goal range to kick their freaking field goal, and I'm
Yep,
upset.
Buffalo had it handed to him. I don't know if you're upset as the one Buffalo coach, though. The Ken Dorsey, the offensive
The
coordinator,
dude who was like,
up in the booth.
yeah, throwing his stuff around. I don't know if that was a bit or not.
I think it was real.
Did you see the guy behind him?
It was like, what the
He's like,
frick?
dude, it's week 3. Calm down. Anyway, I mean, I was upset about that, but I thought it was a good game anyway.
Yeah, nonetheless, you still get the point. And as you'll see in a second, that was the only point of the week. Neither of us, I didn't score at all. John at least scored once. For blowout of the week, I had Chiefs over Colts because the Colts didn't look like they knew how to play football up until this week, and then they just decide to against one of the best teams in the league
Well, Mahomes also didn't know how to play football because he was throwing like a 5th grader who just learned how to throw.
and just threw it into the
Into the ground.
dirt.
Josh Allen style.
Mm-hmm.
It's Josh Allen
Taken
style.
after him.
He did it first, so
Yeah.
well, actually, Tua did it first. Throwing the
Tua
hill.
did it first in week 1, yeah.
He's like, you know what? I got you. I'll send another one down to Mother Nature.
I mean, it's fake grass most of the time, not always, but sure.
I'll send one down to the plastic grass.
And then for your blowout of the week, right game, wrong outcome. You had Chargers over Jaguars. The Jags won by 28. So
Yeah, I don't have much to say about
I
that.
feel like Justin Herbert should not have been playing that game with his banged up ribs.
Probably not. Yeah, you can miss 1 week. It's okay, buddy. He can.
You can avoid losing by that much, and risking getting hurt even worse.
I feel like if they put a backup in, it'd kind of be the same outcome. Maybe they would have scored a little bit more, but
Maybe, but yeah, I mean, Justin Herbert doesn't play defense, and that defense was doing nothing.
yes. Oh well, Tua was kind of banged up too a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah,
kinda
he got
stumbling
all
around.
concussed, and his back got fricked up and all that.
And they were like, "Yeah, he's good to play."
Yeah, he looked like he was, out late on a Friday night or something. The way he was walking around after that hit.
Yeah, like proud drunk driver.
And then upset of the week. I was struggling to pick an upset of the week last episode.
You really were. You took your time.
I ended up going Jets over Bengals just because, the Jets had that win over the Browns. But, I mean, they've only had 22 seconds of good football this year, and that remained the same against the Bengals. They didn't do anything, and it's time for Zach Wilson to come back.
Or just dissolve the whole team.
Yeah, that too. I mean, we could just
31 teams
rid
in the
of the Jets.
NFL.
go back to like it was in 2000.
Yeah, we can just put a new team. Just we can put.
We don't need two teams in New York anyway.
Well, we have 3 teams in New York.
Well, technically, there's only one team in New York.
What?
It's Buffalo.
Well,
The Jets and Giants technically play in New Jersey.
That's stupid.
So,
We
I
don't
mean,
need-
as a Bills fan, you should know. Like, Bills fans will say, "We're the only New York team," so shut up.
Oh, I did not know that.
So you gotta practice your lines.
Not my fault.
And then
We're the only. What is it?
team in New York.
We're the only team in New York. So shut up.
And then upset of the week for you. You were a little bit closer. You had Lions over Vikings, which was holding up until the Lions' defense was not.
Oh, so disappointing.
Well, also until the Lions' coaching staff pulled a Nathaniel Hackett and decided to try a long field goal attempt instead of going for it on 4th down.
It was crazy because that game up until that point, I think they had 5-1 for 4th down. Like going for it on 4th down, they went for it 6 times and they got 5 of them.
That
And-
sounds about right, yeah.
And they were doing really good, and I really liked their coach, but I don't know what he was doing, because
Well, he did say right after the game, he was like, "I regret that decision."
well,
That
duh,
was-
because he lost. But
Yeah.
I had 3.
But at least he
Lions
takes
players.
ownership, because there's some people that's like, "I would kick the field goal again." I was like, "No, you wouldn't."
Get out of here, dude. He's like pretty young too. He's like 35 or something.
Campbell, no, I think he's in his 40s. He used to play for the Lions like 15 years ago.
Was he good?
He was an okay tight end.
He looks like a tight end.
Yeah.
But I had 3 other players, and none of them did as good as I wanted them to. I lost by like 10 points.
Yeah, I lost by about that much as well. Back-to-back weeks, my fantasy team has underperformed, and I've almost won. And if I had just started Trevor Lawrence in either of those games,
38 points.
I could be 3-0.
Yeah. Who did
But
you have
no.
instead?
Well, I had Trey Lance, and then he got hurt. And the week he got hurt, he got me 2 points. So then I went out and I picked up Carson Wentz because he had been averaging over 30 points in the first 2 weeks. So I
Yes.
said, even if he's not, a fantastic quarterback on the field at all times, like, he puts up numbers.
Uh-huh.
And then there's one point in the game against the Eagles where the Eagles have like 300 passing yards and the Commanders have -1.
I don't know how.
He got sacked 9 times.
Yeah, I don't. Even still, I don't know how you can be a paid professional in the league. How long has he been in the league?
6 years.
For 6 years. This is your job, and you can't get anything done.
Defense gets paid too, though.
Defense gets paid too, but everybody. There's gonna be yards in a game. You're gonna
Exactly,
get
like, the fact-
yards.
It wasn't all his fault, though. Like, Wentz is known for taking too much time in the pocket and whatnot and not getting rid of it. But 9 sacks, that's not all on the quarterback. That offensive line was playing horrendous against Philadelphia.
Yeah, kind of like the Bengals' offensive line,
Mm-hmm.
just like a cardboard wall.
Yeah.
Bummer. You had negative like 3 points at one point.
Yeah, he got me negative points into that when I was just like, just get positive points, and he got me 8,
Got you 8
which
at the
was
end of the day.
not enough.
Yeah, I had
Lawrence
Goff.
got like 31 or something.
I had Goff, and he got me 15. So,
over over Aaron Rodgers.
I
We were making fun of him all week about how he had the Bucks defense and Aaron Rodgers, and he was like, "Well, one of them's gonna do good, but I think one of them won't." And so he only wanted one of them in his lineup, and so he erred on the side of the Bucks defense, which played good. They only allowed 14 points, but then like every time Rodgers had a completion or a touchdown or whatever, which was like, "So, John, how are you feeling about that decision?"
he only had 20 points by the end of the game.
Which was still more than Jared Goff.
Still more than Jared Goff.
How many points did the Bucks defense get you?
6,
Okay,
7.
that's a 14-point difference.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have had a defense if I had taken them out.
Well, it's when you go get another one, I guess. But then you have one on your bench, so tough sitch.
Kind of making up.
So basically, you just keep Rodgers in there and get your 4 extra points and still
He
lose.
still didn't perform great though.
Yeah. Well, it's because the Bucks have such a good defense, though.
And historically, he loses. In
He
that
does.
game.
He does poorly against Tampa Bay historically. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I was like, "Yo, let's go." Historically,
History was not on your side.
history was not on my side, and he decided that his receivers could catch instead of dropping 70-yard bombs.
Brady's receivers couldn't.
Brady's receivers could not, and they almost tied up the game at the end. It was down to 2-point
yeah.
conversion.
Well, then the offense had a delay of game on the 2-point conversion, which pushed them back to the 7.
How do you do that?
I don't know. That's on Brady, I would say,
Brady's-
for the most part.
I saw a clip today of Brady. He was like in the huddle, and it was counting down on the play time.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, he put his hand up and did this or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then the freaking timer went up.
That's just the rules.
You can do that?
Yeah, Brady knows his rights.
You can just.
Yeah, it's
get-
because they don't always. Sometimes the play clock doesn't get reset, and so then
Well,
you'll
he was
see.
in the huddle doing
Yeah,
that.
you'll see other quarterbacks do that too.
You could
They'll
just.
do it, but yeah, that's one where people just need to learn the rules
I don't
because
know.
anyone can do that.
You can put the play clock up.
Well, yeah, you can have it go up because it doesn't get properly reset at something along those lines.
I think
So
it was counting down from like the actual time.
no, it doesn't always get reset correctly or something like that.
Hmm.
I don't remember exactly, but no, it's Brady just knows his rights.
All right.
in that kind of a
fair
situation.
enough.
So for our little, what would you, little
Little what?
little
Say-
fun draft
say
of the
words.
week. I was trying to think of words, and then
Our little.
I'll call it the fun draft.
The fun draft. That's such a bad name.
Well, I
doesn't
couldn't
sound-
think. No other words were coming into my brain at that.
You ever
moment.
heard of the movie Sausage Party?
No.
Okay, don't look it up, but that's what it reminded me
Okay.
of. It's like it was a bunch of food that came to life, but like people can't see it about being alive, and everyone thought it was a kids movie, and it was like most definitely not a kids movie. But that's what the word fun draft reminded me of: living food, and like them swearing and food being bad. I can't think of words right now.
Okay. Well,
Sorry,
speaking
okay.
of food, we're doing a candy draft.
Candy draft, yeah.
What did we do last? We did colors last
We
week.
did colors last week. I
You-
think
I think
had
you're
a better
2-0 in
team.
the draft so far.
I liked my team last week. You
Yeah.
had some plain colors. I mean, it was all right.
I mean, the black and white, and then what do you have to go with it? The green or something?
I do think I think I had green and yellow and orange. Or
No,
green
you. I know you had black and white.
and, I had,
You go. You first. You go salt and pepper. Then you go black and white. Like these boring things are winning you
yeah,
these
that's
drafts.
what wins. That Tom Brady. That's what it wins.
He's the salt and pepper of the NFL.
He's salt. I think he's salt.
He's just salty.
I think Aaron Rodgers is pepper.
Yeah, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers looks so old. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, this week we're gonna do candy draft. So just it's exactly what it sounds like it is.
It's candy.
So you want to call the coin in the air?
Who got first pick last time?
I don't know, but for this we just do the coin flip. I think that's what we've been doing at least.
All right, I'll do it. Heads.
Heads it is.
All right, I'll take Snickers out the gate.
That was my first pick.
I think
Screw you.
Snickers is the candy bar.
It is the goat. It is goated.
I think it's the candy bar of all time.
It's my favorite.
It has peanut. It's just like it has. Thanks.
Thank you, audience member.
Thank you, audience. You want to say that again?
Well, John said it.
Okay, thanks. But what I was saying, it's just like a Milky Way, and Milky Ways are good candy. I'll give it to them a 4th round pick probably.
Yeah.
But this is a Milky Way with nuts in it, with peanuts in it, and it's like you
You
can
like
eat,
that, huh?
You can eat peanut. You can. It's You can eat it on an empty stomach and not
I'm
feel
sure you could.
like you could eat this Okay, your turn.
Okay. Suspect by John.
Sauce. I can't.
Second overall pick, I'm gonna
sweaty,
go
man.
with Reese's. Yeah, if I'm retarded. But
What is
I'm
it?
just gonna go with Reese's.
Reese's Penis Brother Cups.
You got something on your mind, John?
No, I
feel
don't.
like-
I bought.
feel like the
I'm not-
is there some kind of ties here with the candy? And
No, it's not.
I feel like there is.
No. Okay, I'm gonna take the obvious pick. I'm gonna go with M&M's. They're a very
Stop
strong.
taking my
contender.
draft board.
And I think regular M&M's over other flavors of M&M's just because
Just classic.
classic. I think they're a heavy hitter, big seller. They're not my
Mhm.
favorite. I'm not gonna go buy a bag of M&M's and eat the whole thing.
I will sometimes.
I'll eat the other kind of M&Ms. I'm not gonna say any.
Skittles?
No, like different flavors of M&Ms. Like I like the caramel ones. I'm not.
Oh
Gonna
yeah,
pick them
or
today.
like I like the peanut ones,
The
or peanut
peanut
butter ones. I'm sure you do too.
the penis M&Ms.
Yes.
Yeah, I like those ones, but I think they're less of a talent in this league than their older compatriot.
Yeah.
So I will take the regular M&Ms for this first or second round pick.
I'm gonna go in the second. I'm gonna go Butterfingers.
Butterfinger. Ooh, okay.
I
That's
feel like that's a good value pick. It kind of like it's different than Snickers, obviously, but it feels like a good backup to something like Snickers.
yeah. It's kind of like the Jimmy Garoppolo to Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Who's gonna be your Jacoby Brissett now?
this is a tough one. I think there's a lot of good choices. We've only been going with chocolate so far,
Yeah.
and it's.
Do you
there's-
just go for being really good at one thing, or do you try to be more versatile but maybe a little weaker in the chocolate area?
I think chocolate overall is better. Okay, so there's two categories of candy, of course.
Chocolate and then not.
Chocolate and fruit, and then that's it. That's the only two. Name me something, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you what what is it? Anything coffee flavor would be with chocolate, because you can put chocolate with it, and it can be that. And vanilla.
Well, if it has chocolate. If it doesn't have chocolate,
no,
it's
it's
just
the same.
coffee.
No, it's
then-
coffee.
What about
flavored
root
candy.
beer barrels?
Those I'd put them with chocolate.
What?
No, I'd put them with chocolate.
They're not a chocolate or a fruit.
No, there's two categories, and it has to fit in one.
I said the two categories were chocolate and not.
Nope.
Third category root beer.
Yeah, thanks, audience member. You know what though? And I don't like this candy
Go
bar.
root beer barrels.
I like root beer. I'm gonna go root beer.
Swedish fish.
Swedish fish. Stop. No, there's a
Candy
lot
corn.
of good stuff here. I think I'm gonna go a Hershey's bar because
Classic.
classic bar. It's no one's favorite bar. It isn't,
Yeah.
but it is really good at what it does, and that is being chocolate. And
As being mid chocolate.
mid chocolate, yeah, but it's a high seller. It's the mother company to a lot of these better candies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just like it. I think it's a
Yeah.
good pick. And now it's your turn.
See, I was kind of thinking this along the same lines there, where it's like I don't want to be too strong. I want to go for some of that other category or fruit category,
Fruit, it's
as
only
you call
fruit.
it,
Nope, fruit. Just
or
fruit.
maybe the root beer category.
not a category.
I'm gonna go one of my favorite non-chocolate candies, Starbursts.
Oh, that's a strong one. That's a good. I like Starburst a lot.
Yeah,
Is that all you have to say about Starburst?
that's all. Isaac, who do you think had the better draft?
No, we have one more left. We got one
Oh,
more.
we're doing 4 picks.
That was
3.
that was 3. We can do 5.
I was
think
thinking 3.
there's enough
I
candy
didn't
out
prepare
there.
for much.
Just think
more than
about
that.
candy.
Okay.
Give it a second. Yeah.
What's your pick?
Man, there's a lot of good stuff still left on the board here. I do kind of want to go with this fruit category, but I can't think of anything that's like just like pops out as a 4th round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, dang! Don't look up. I know you're about to look up candies. Don't do
I'm
it.
taking a sip out of my category 3 soda.
Ooh, okay.
John just had an original
I had the
idea.
original idea from the audience. I don't think I'll take it though.
Okay. What was your idea?
No. So the audience members telepathically told me Twix.
Oh.
I think Twix is a really good candy bar. It's in my top 3.
good pick.
I'm not picking Twix. I'm gonna go Kit Kat.
Oh, that's a better pick.
I think Kit Kat is a better pick. It's not a better candy for me. I don't
Mhm.
like it as much, but I'm gonna go Kit Kat here just because I don't think Twix holds up as a 4th-round pick.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna go. I feel like I'm just getting all your seconds here. I'm going Crunch.
Just
I feel like it's kind of similar to a Kit Kat. Obviously, the texture and the whole thing's different, but like the actual candy itself is similar. Maybe a little bit of a reach, but Crunch is solid.
I think it's good. I'll have it over a regular Reese's, or not Reese's, no, a regular Hershey bar, excuse me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess because that little extra texture. I think it's a Mars candy, right?
I do not know candy parents off the top of my head.
Whatever. But it's good chocolate. I don't think I'd pick it, but, when you're a kid, Halloween, you got those, you separate all your stuff, you
Yeah.
got a bunch of crunches.
You don't throw it away after Halloween, though.
Those are the ones that you trade for some other stuff. If somebody doesn't like Twix,
I'll
can
give
get
you
one of those.
I'll give you 3 Crunch bars for your
For
Snickers.
3 Musketeers and a what is it?
A smokeless ashtray.
What? No, what are those? Charleston Chews. Those are good. Those don't crack my top 5 though.
Yeah. What does crack your top 5?
This is gonna be controversial because no one really knows it, but it's one of my favorite candies. I'm gonna go with the Reese's Fast Break.
That's a good one.
Very good. So it's just like it's a log of that Reese's freaking deliciousness, that peanut butter, and then it has some chocolate nougat on the sides of it,
Mhm.
and then some of that like the vanilla nougat on the top,
Mhm.
the stuff that's like underneath a Snickers, and then it's just wrapped in a delicious chocolateness, and it's just so yummy, and I love it. And it's
Mhm.
like it's hefty.
Yeah.
It's like it's thicker than a Twix or than a Snickers, and like it's like one of the biggest, juiciest bars you can find, and it fills you good. It's really
Good
thi-
good
thick.
trend here in your
It kind of
Picks.
looks like a turd.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a controversial pick as well
I
that
hate
not
that
many
pick.
people have heard of. I'm gonna go Ribbits.
Ribbits? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So our friend,
we got a friend who made his own candy, and it's like got a little like a crust around it. Would you say it's like kind of like a crust?
yeah, it's you've
It's
had
not like a pie crust,
it,
but
it's a dang.
I'll
we're
put a picture
stupid.
on the screen if I can find one.
Yeah, but they're really good. They're like a little. They're made in the little tiny cupcake molds.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the size of them
They got
is.
some chocolate and they got some cream stuff on the
Yeah, it's kind
inside.
of like hazelnut cream on the
Mhm.
inside. It's pretty good. They're good stuff.
Very good. Very
Very
underrated
niche.
talent. Not a lot of people scouted that area of the country.
He went undrafted.
There's
for
not a
sure.
lot of big talent that comes out of there, so you kind of don't really get noticed. But it's still a good pick to have.
I think that's a good pick. I like that pick. We both went with something a little bit out of the norm. We
Yeah.
could have gone for Airheads. We could have gone for Skittles. We could have gone.
Airheads is a top 5 pick.
I think
Absolutely, not.
Airheads are awesome. Thank you.
Oh.
Our audience member agrees.
With
Airheads are no, that's not true. I think Airheads are good, and I think they're worth the top 5 pick. If it was just the other category, as I'll call it now, just because you
me. Mm-hmm.
really insisted.
Or root beer.
The root beer category, yeah.
I think it goes in the root beer category.
Yeah, but as the other category, I think I'd pick it top 5. But overall, candy, I don't think I'd pick it top. Maybe I would. I don't know. But that's the end of our draft, guys.
Good draft. I think that's a tight one.
That is a tight one. I really like having Snickers, but you have a very strong
Yeah.
Reese's pick.
Let us know in the comments
Oh,
who
neither of us
won.
went Reese's Pieces.
No,
Reese's
we didn't.
Pieces.
Shut up and die.
Hey, and peanut M&Ms.
Surprised you didn't go there.
I didn't because I already had the regular M&Ms.
Yeah, but peanuts.
Penis Brother M&Ms? Yeah. Peanut Brother, peanut.
So
All right, on to next week. let's
here with our
more
week
football.
4. If you are unfamiliar with the show, the way we do it is we have 3 categories or positions that we draft for.
one of them is biggest blowout of the
Biggest
week.
blowout of the week, so whatever we think is going to be the biggest blowout. So if it's like it was this past week and our biggest blowouts both lose, then that's an L. But then it's just whoever we pick to win and have the largest margin of victory.
Yeah, even if they win by 1 point. Like if I pick Dolphins for biggest blowout and they won by 2.
Yeah, but then my team only won by 1 or whatever. Then
Exactly.
you get it.
So I would take it there.
Best game, just whatever game is the most exciting
Yeah.
between the two that we pick, and then the upset of the week as well.
Ooh, there's a lot of good stuff this week. I'm looking at the schedule.
There's a lot of good stuff. Let's see. It's week 4. You picked. I picked. So I get first pick.
You get first pick, and
Best game.
best game. We're starting off
Oh,
with best
buddy,
game.
I'm excited for this. Bills Ravens.
Bills Ravens. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
I'm excited for this one. 2 MVP frontrunners going at it here in week 4. Ooh, this is gonna be a good game. This is definitely on my watch list for Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited for it too. Obviously, I'm hoping the Bills win, but
Mhm.
Lamar is an excellent.
Lamar's
quarterback.
been dotting it up so far. He has more touchdowns than like
Half the teams.
30 NFL, more than half, 30 NFL teams.
What?
The only teams, I think there's one team that's tied with him at 12 touchdowns.
He has 12 touchdowns already.
I think so. It might be, he might have 14 if you count rushing touchdowns. I don't know if the 12 counts rushing touchdowns or not, but he has a lot.
Dang.
And then obviously the only team that has more than him is the Ravens.
That's funny, dude.
So he's been lighting it up so far. And if the Ravens defense doesn't collapse against Miami last week or 2 weeks ago,
That was not his fault.
then they're 3-0 and thriving going into this game against Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this team.
Big thing with Baltimore right now is their defense, specifically their secondary, like we saw against Miami, needs to kind of come together. I think a big part of that though is their injuries that they got back there.
Buffalo has a couple injuries too.
Dude, Buffalo was everyone was dying on the field against Miami there.
Oh my gosh,
All
that
those
was
cramps.
So upsetting.
I mean, that's the benefit of playing somewhere like Miami, though, where you're used to that heat and you get the only team from New York coming down. And
Yeah, but the same is true for when someone from Miami or somewhere hot goes somewhere cold.
exactly, yeah, it goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
You
but
mostly hear about that with those northern teams that play in the
Yeah.
cold, but there's an advantage of playing early season and playing in Florida or something like that, playing down south.
yeah, get heat stroke, and the next couple weeks you get frostbite. And
That you get all
Sucks.
of it in football.
yeah, that would have been my pick, but my second close pick is the Bucks and the
Ooh, Bucks Chiefs.
Bucks Chiefs game. I'm excited for it. I don't think Brady is as good of a quarterback as he was. He's not doing great this
Yeah,
season.
well, he's got some other life stuff going on right now.
Yeah, he's kind of a bit preoccupied, and his receivers have decided not to receive.
Yes.
But he has
Well, Mike Evans is going to be coming back. and
exactly. He has Mike Evans back this week.
This will be an interesting game, I think, because both these teams are coming off games that they were supposed to win and lost.
It was close,
Especially the
too.
Chiefs. But, I mean, the Bucks are favorites against the Packers, too, so.
I think it was slight favorites though, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs were definitely bigger favorites over the Colts than the
for
Bucks were
sure,
over the
for
Packers.
Sure, for sure. Jonathan Taylor started playing. He decided that it was his turn.
He decided to be the best running back and the number one fantasy pick for everybody that everyone thought he was going to be.
Not exactly, but he was still good.
Yeah, I mean, he got the job done, and Matt Ryan stopped throwing to the other team.
Yeah.
Stopped with those wrong player completions, so
Wrong player completion.
I love that guy.
That guy's pretty fun. Trap House Sports. Shout out to you, man.
No, I was talking about the other guy.
Oh, that guy's pretty cool
The
too.
guy who mispronounces everything.
Yeah, that guy's pretty funny. But is
The
it my
Buffalo
turn again?
Buffs.
Are we doing
Yeah, we're doing
Buffalo
snake
Buffs.
draft. So you biggest blowout. Where do you go in the
biggest
first round?
blowout? Dang. I thought this was upset of the week for sure, but I don't really know. You know what? I'm gonna go Chargers over the Texans.
That's a good one.
I think that could be good if White Lightning can stop being an idiot and playing with injuries.
Yeah.
If he just takes this week to recover.
Do you think they'll still blow them out even with their backup quarterback?
Are they putting their backup in?
I don't know.
If they put their backup in, I don't really think so, but I think White Lightning could definitely do it. He could blow them out.
So you're going to take Chargers over Texans.
I'll take Chargers over Texans.
See, the thing that kind of almost like turns me off to that being the upset or the blowout of the week is last year all the Chargers had to do was beat the Texans to pretty much. I mean, if they win that game, they make the playoffs, and they couldn't beat the Texans
Yeah.
last year. And so, I mean, maybe it's some, I guess, recency bias you could call it, where they lost to them last year. But I don't know. I feel like maybe it doesn't happen again, but it's a lot closer than people might think.
Yeah. So what are you going with?
I'm gonna go Packers over Patriots. Mac Jones is gonna be missing this game, so they got their
Ooh.
backup quarterback in there.
Yeah.
I think and this Patriots team is very average at best,
bad.
and so I think Aaron Rodgers could just eat. I think this defense is gonna eat whoever their quarterback is, whether it's Brian Hoyer or Bailey Zapp.
That's bad. Those are auto-generated names.
Yes.
Those aren't real people.
Brian Hoyer's an okay backup. He's been around the league. And Bailey Zapp, I mean, you already heard his name. Like,
That's not it.
that is not it.
He does not throw football correctly.
He has a lot of wrong player completions, probably, if he were to play. And I would be all for that.
I'd be all for that too with Rodgers as quarterback because I have him on fantasy. So
Yeah.
I'm all right with that unless I get
Honestly,
my
yeah, that's actually a good start for you to have Rodgers. Hopefully that trade doesn't go through then for you.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But-
He's trying to trade Rodgers for Mahomes straight up in our fantasy league. So we'll
yeah,
see how
but
that goes.
last week the Bucks played Green Bay.
We already talked about this.
Yeah, and I had my quarterback and I switched it out.
Yeah, you had Goff.
So
in
if
there.
I make this trade, I get my quarterback playing against my defense again.
Oh, that's right.
So
You have Mahomes versus. Just take whoever plays the Bucks. You know, why not?
yeah, just every week, just trying to get that quarterback.
Yeah.
That'd work out for me some weeks. No one would trade me their people though.
Well, I mean, it depends. If you're asking for like Geno Smith or something, if he's even on a team, you might just have to pick him up off waivers.
Yeah, we'll see. Next week, I'll tell you guys about how my team lost because I benched Patrick Mahomes for golf.
Upset of the week. There were some good picks here for upset of the week. I did the opposite of struggling, like
Did
I
you?
did last week, for finding good upsets that I like.
Yeah, what a couple that you liked.
Well, I'll tell you one of them,
What's one of them?
and the one I'm going with. That's Jags over Eagles.
Jags over Eagles.
And the Eagles have looked really good, and I could pay the price for this. This is kind of a risky one. I
Mhm.
could go for some safer ones that I thought of. But, I mean, things are really meshing for Jacksonville right now. Trevor Lawrence is, every week, he's been getting better, starting to look more and more
Love
like the quarterback
memes.
we thought he was.
You lost to Trevor Lawrence. It's
Uh-huh.
just a dude with.
Oh, it's not even a dude. Those ones, they're like, you lost to Trevor Lawrence, and it's
It's like
a picture of
him-
that girl
Yeah.
with the headband and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and it's a revenge game for Doug Peterson. Used to coach the Eagles, coached them all the way to their first Super Bowl win, and so now coaching against them for the first time.
Taking Jacksonville to the Super Bowl.
Maybe. I mean, they're playing some good football
They
early.
are played that.
And
Imagine,
please
dude.
play good, Trevor Lawrence. Now that you're starting in my fantasy lineup,
Oh, that's
please
why
don't
you,
drop 8
That's
points.
why you want.
that's
them to
not
win.
why, but I mean, I do want Trevor Lawrence to do good for my fantasy team. But I think Jacksonville's got a solid shot over the Eagles, even though they're 6-point underdogs.
Yeah. I heard a statistic that it was like 47 or 48 games were played. It was just after it was on Monday. I heard the statistic.
Yeah.
It was before the game, and it was like 48 games have been played, and out of all 40 of them, or 48 of them, only 7 were like close to the spread.
Oh,
41 of them either were blown out the other direction or were like way off.
You know what stat I found interesting?
What's that?
The Bills are 0-6 in one-score games over their last 15 games or whatever. The Bills can't win close games, apparently.
Dang.
They either blow out a team or they lose.
But they've been doing a lot of blowing out.
They have. But then they lose to a team like Miami
Miami's good
in the
though.
way that they lost. But the way that they lost.
That
it,
was
though.
so upsetting, man. Josh Allen's like, I got to keep this streak
It's
going.
like, oh, wow, apparently the Bills are having a tough time winning close games. So I guess put up a lot of points early because otherwise, if you're Buffalo.
Oh, man, that last throw, it was open, too. I'm so
Yeah.
mad. Ugh.
Where you're going for the upset of the week?
Upset of the week, I'm going to take Miami and the Bengals.
Really? Which one's going to be the upset there?
Bengals winning.
Okay, yeah.
'Cause
that'll be
they've been losing a lot, and they won
slight
the last
upset.
game. I think it's more than a slight upset because
I mean, I picked the Bengals just to straight up win. That didn't even crack my top 3 for upset of the week.
who was your top 3?
Well, you have your pick locked in?
Yeah, that's locked in.
Okay. I had Raiders over Broncos because I think the Raiders, I mean, if they just have a couple more plays that go their way or they don't throw 4 interceptions or whatever in a game, they could be 3-0.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to win that game.
And then 49ers over Rams.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't think either of those teams are the best right now.
Well, obviously not. That's why it's an upset.
No, not even the Rams. I don't think the Rams are great.
Yeah,
right
but
now
they're
'cause-
definitely favorites. I can check how much they're favored here in Week 4.
Oh, you're
Monday
right.
Night Football.
Watch Ramsey's give up.
It's giving it to the Niners for some reason. I guess it's because of the home team. So I guess it's neutral.
Yeah,
But the Rams are definitely they are favored though.
yeah, I think they're a better
Even
team.
if Vegas isn't saying so. They're just giving them the home field advantage for San Francisco.
Yeah, watching Garoppolo step out of the end zone again.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only time in the last 4 years that the Rams have been able to beat the 49ers was in that playoff game.
That's all they needed.
That is all they needed. But they have not been able to beat them in the regular season recently. And so, I'm kind of riding that the recent history stuff. Same thing I did with Jacksonville and Indianapolis. We'll see.
I guess we will see. All these statistics mean frick all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's see how it goes on Sunday.
Yeah,
Or
because
in this
every
case,
person
Monday.
plays differently than everybody is. It's not Madden. It's not
Oh,
like
yeah.
a bunch of AI. It's like you're not going to lose to this person always.
But there's sometimes where a coach owns another coach or a player owns another team.
Yeah, it's
Like
true.
how Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. He constantly beats them. I would say it's more so a coaching thing, though. Where just
The
Kyle
Bears are bad.
Shanahan owns Sean McVay.
Yeah, because the Bears are bad.
I'm talking about the 49ers and Rams head coaches.
No,
but
no,
yeah.
but the Bears are
Yes,
bad.
the Bears are bad. That definitely helps.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's our.
Those are upsets of the week.
Those are 3, yeah.
And then I was thinking we can end on a quick segment here of a start bench cut
Ooh, okay.
for the early MVP favorites according to Vegas.
And the MVP favorites are Mahomes, Allen, and Lamar, right?
Mm-hmm. Where would you go? What order would you put them in for right now? I'm not
for the games.
not
that are
talking
going?
about last year. Talking about this year.
So just for these games, I'm thinking. I'm gonna start. This is tough, man. Hey,
Mhm.
do you want to go first?
Yeah, I got my list. I'm gonna start Lamar.
Okay.
He's been balling. I'm going to bench Josh Allen. I'm gonna cut Mahomes.
Really.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I was gonna do a opposite. I was gonna cut Lamar,
Really?
bench Mahomes, or bench Josh Allen and put Mahomes in.
Really?
Because Mahomes goes balls deep all the time, and he makes some insane.
It might
throws
be
that-
some recency bias then, because with Allen and Mahomes losing, and
Yeah.
Lamar hasn't played a bad game this season yet. Allen and Mahomes have now.
Well, they hadn't played a bad game, but they just threw bad and then decided.
They didn't play like MVPs in week 3. Lamar's played like an MVP every week.
yeah,
that's
but
my
I
thinking
think going
behind it.
forward, I think Lamar's still going to be good.
Yeah,
But
and there's still
Mahomes-
plenty of season left. This list is going to change a lot throughout the year.
Yeah, Mahomes has that. I don't know what it is.
He
but
has the it factor.
He has the it factor. He makes throws.
I mean, all
no
these
one
guys
else-
do too, but
Yeah, but he makes throws no one else makes. He made that one Did you see
sidearm
the
throw against the
sidearm,
Chargers?
Like through people.
he does that on a hourly basis.
I know. That's why I'm starting him.
Yeah,
and I'm starting
fair enough.
Josh Allen because he's a giant.
He's your boy.
He's my boy. He's a giant. He hurdles people. He runs straight into people instead of sliding.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big man. He has one of the biggest arms in the NFL right now.
Oh yeah.
He throws real far, and he throws most of the time pretty accurate, unless you're trying to win against the Dolphins. But
Mm-hmm.
that's my start bench cut.
All right.
I think they're all great, and I think they're. I don't know who's going to get the MVP just because it's week
It's way
4.
too early to
It's
tell.
way too early. If I had to say, I'd probably give it to Mahomes
Yeah.
because I think Mahomes is the best quarterback out of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
But it's up to anybody.
Yep.
Josh Allen.
Aaron Rodgers coming for 3 straight.
Stop, dude. Not happening ever again. That was his last good season. He's done. He's cooked.
He's been playing good this year.
Yeah, but he's not going to get an MVP.
I doubt it, but I doubted he would win it last year or the year before, so we'll see.
Did he play bad last year?
Well, no, it's just very hard to win an MVP in general. Very hard to win back-to-back and to win 3 straight.
Impossible. Never been done.
It's been done one time before.
Never been done
by
twice.
The last Packers quarterback. So
Oh,
runs in the franchise, I guess.
I suppose. But did the last franchise quarterback get them to the Super Bowl?
Yes, he won a Super Bowl
Only one?
and went to another.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess this is just
The
Rodgers
next year.
to
yeah.
not go to the Super Bowl very often. But if he goes, he wins.
Yep.
He has a 100% record.
1-0, baby.
1-0, and Mahomes is 2-0. Or
Mahomes is
1-1.
1-1.
That's my
Yep.
fault entirely.
Wasn't even close the second time.
Yeah.
All right. I guess actually we'll end off on our weekly picks. I said last episode that I would count up the picks and see the standings. I did not do
Did
that.
not do that. Hasn't
So-
happened yet.
I will not make any promises, but maybe next week
Maybe
I'll
we'll
have
see.
that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, maybe.
So Thursday night football, Dolphins at Bengals. Sounds like you're taking the Bengals in the
I'm
upset.
taking the Bengals in the upset.
I'm also taking them.
Really?
Sunday morning football, Vikings at Saints over across the pond. Who are you
Ooh,
taking
I'm
here?
excited for this game because it's in London.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna take Saints.
I'm going Vikings. Browns at Falcons.
I think I want the Falcons to win.
Yeah, I want the Falcons to win. I think the Browns will win, though.
I'm gonna take Falcons anyway. Excuse me.
Commanders at Cowboys.
You know what? I think Cooper Rush is gonna keep busting it.
4-0 as a starter.
4-0 as a starter.
Same. I don't think Wentz. I mean, if Wentz is going to get sacked 9 times against Philadelphia, I mean, Dallas's defense is
Better.
probably, I won't say it's better. It's probably just as good, though. And I think he could totally get sacked 5 more times.
Throw 5 interceptions, all to Diggs' brother.
He finally got his first interception. You could have just said Diggs. They have the same last name.
My fault.
Seahawks at Lions.
I'll take Seahawks.
I'm going Lions.
I don't think the Lions are gonna win that.
Now, this game is the one that I had the toughest time picking. Titans at Colts. Because they're both like very much underperforming, but also both coming off their first win of the season. Like these are pretty similar teams.
I'm gonna go for Colts in this one, just because I think Jonathan Taylor's getting steam.
I'm gonna go for Colts too. They're the home team.
He's starting to chug along. It's like a big train. It's like really hard to get moving. Once it starts moving, it's
Although
like
Derrick Henry's kind of that same way.
Derrick Henry's the same way.
How about this now? Bears at Giants. The winner's going to be 3-1.
what,
Right?
dude?
Which
I don't
Which-
like that either of them are.
which
gonna
team that's going to be 3-1 and then end the season 5-12 is going to be 3-1 first?
That's crazy that they're man.
Giants are close to being 3-0 right now.
Yeah. Dang, son.
I'm going Giants.
I think I'll also go
They're
Giants
the home team.
because the Bears are bad.
Yep. And they don't seem to trust Fields. They've attempted, I think they've attempted 28 passes.
Yeah, I
Or
heard
no,
something
okay,
like
no,
that,
they've attempted 45 passes.
which is bad.
Through 3 games, Justin Fields hasn't even thrown for 300 yards.
And Josh Allen completed 45 out of like
Something like that, yeah.
50
I think
that
like
he-
62.
or something. I wanted to make him sound better, but
Yeah.
he completed 45.
He
out
did
of
have that one
46.
incomplete pass.
Yeah,
Um,
and ran for 1,000 yards that one game.
Jaguars at Eagles.
Taking Jags.
Oh, you're going with the upset as well, so am I.
I wouldn't. Well, that's your upset of the week, right?
Yes.
So yeah,
You're going to rock with it too. I like it.
I think it's a good pick to pick upset of the week.
Jags, or not Jags, but Jets
Jags
at
are playing the
Steelers.
Jets, dude.
Yeah,
They're
Jags
playing-
are playing 2 games on Sunday.
At the one time, dude. They're just like switching over.
Uh-huh. Going back
Uh,
and forth hundreds of miles. Or not even hundreds. It's the same state.
Golly gee whiz. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm taking Steelers. Steelers aren't good. Jets are worse.
Fair enough. I'll take Steelers as well.
Bills at Ravens, game of the week.
I heard somebody make an analysis of this game, and they think it's going to be really close, like 35-38, and they think the Ravens are going to win.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Ravens.
I'm not going with the Ravens. I'm going with
All right.
the Bills because I think Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Lamar, and I think he's going to do better.
Chargers at Texans.
Give me Chargers.
Same.
That's my blowout, so I have to take it.
Cardinals at Panthers. This was my other option for blowout of the week. I'm going to go Cardinals.
Yeah, I'll also go Cardinals. Green Bay and the Patriots.
Green Bay and the Patriots. That's my blowout of the week. I'm going Green Bay.
I'll also go Green Bay.
Broncos
and
Raiders.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's lose to the winless Raiders. That's what I got going on here.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go lose to the Raiders. I'll take Raiders as well.
Chiefs at Bucks.
I'll take Chiefs.
Same.
I think it's going to be a good game.
And then finally, Rams at Niners.
I'll take Rams.
I'm going Niners.
Yeah, that was your...
One of my other options. I had a lot of options for upset of the week this week that I liked.
I
so.
didn't have as many because I didn't look at it.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's all the episode out of the way.
The episode of...
All the episode is done.
All the episode that we're going to do today.
Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed it, let us know. And let us know your hot takes for this week and your favorite candies. And if you are sus as well.
Suspended.
If you're a sussy baka like John.
Like, what's his name?
Or
He
Dick
pushed someone.
Thunderbolt.
He pushed the guy for talking to Tom Brady.
Oh, Mike Evans.
Yeah. Are you sus like Mike Evans?
Suspended.
Suspended. Bye.
Bye.